everybody. Hey, welcome to our show, our channel, What Works for Us.
I like it this way because the camera's right there and I can still look at what it is I'm doing.
Dang it, I should have closed my computer. But it's okay.
Don't close your computer.
No, I don't. It's fine. So welcome back. We are on part 2 of our Africa trip.
Yeah.
I think this might be like in a lot of parts when I think about all the pictures.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right, we'll see what we can get covered in this episode. So I'm Anita. If you're watching for the first time, fine. This is better.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you're watching for the first time, you need to go watch part 1.
Or all the other episodes. But I'm Anita, and this is Travis, and welcome to our show. So we are talking about our trip to Africa that we took in 2014.
I think we should have left the black curtain up because look at all that white stuff behind us.
I don't care. I like it.
Well,
I'll get curtains put up. I didn't like the way the black stuff looked. Babe.
You gotta press the sponsor spot.
No.
Or no, the screen capture.
Babe, like, why don't you do? He normally does all this stuff,
but it's on that side. The thing's over here.
It's like right here. It's within arm's distance. You don't even have to like really stretch.
How hard is this? Oh my God. How hard to press one button.
Exactly. So you could have pushed it.
Or you could have as well.
Or you could have.
Day 5 of our vacation, but this is really day 3 on our trip out.
No, as if it says day 5, we should be on day 5.
It's not day 5. I 100% guarantee it's not day 5. It's
because our travel day was day 1.
Yeah.
Day 2 was at the hotel.
In the airport, and then the first 2 days have already passed.
Okay, fine. If you want to be technically on, so what he's trying to say is we are on, even though that says 5.
We are on day 5 of our vacation. We're trying to explain the pictures.
Well, that's what I said, but you was like, no, we're on day 3.
Day 3 of the safari.
Oh my God, sure.
You know why? Because it's gonna reset when we start doing the Kilimanjaro climb, and that's day 1 of the climb. So what are you gonna be like? Well, it's day 1 of part 7 of 16 of the trip.
You're the one who's doing that.
First of all, lies.
No, because he just realized that he is. Because we're on day 5, but you want to be like, technically, we're on day 3 of our trip because we're in the
day 5 of our trip. Day 3 is the safari. Can we move on?
We can move on. Argument is over. I'm right.
It even says it. Day 5 of the trip and day 3 of the safari. You kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. But you don't have to be in that much detail. We had Lake Eyasi.
Yeah, Lake Eyasi with the Bushmen.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to change the temperature in the house because it's very hot in here. Don't
touch the goddamn temperature.
Dang it, I shouldn't have said anything. Well, can I at least turn on the fan?
Babe, stop.
It's hot.
Why are you getting distracted?
I'm sorry. Continue.
So bad. All right, so this is the day after I cut myself.
Yes.
So we got up the next day
and went back to
back to the camp. Cause I'm a trooper, and I ain't nothing stopping me after paying this much money. All right, so they were doing their morning activities when we got there. Oh man, that poor dog.
Oh wow, I don't even remember there being a dog. But what we were learning here is how to make bow and arrows, right?
Well, make the arrows for the bows and how to make fire.
Oh, yes.
And I really think the chief was taking a liking to you because he was doing like one-on-one teaching with Anita. So they're doing a little morning huddle. Our guide over here that's our local guide that does specifically with the Bushmen. He was taking us through like their normal morning routine, how they get up. There's more pictures of that. And here's the chief trying to steal my future wife away from me by like teaching her how to do stuff while Okay.
Well, he was teaching me how to build a fire from scratch.
Yeah. And these guys, so I just want you to know, when these guys are teaching you, all right, they put the sticks on the fire, like to loosen them up, like to get them pliable. And then they take them off the fire before they burn because it's still wet wood. And then they start putting it in their mouth and gnawing on it, like bending it to get it straight. Second part to this is they take the bird, they take the feathers and they wet the feathers in their mouth, and then they use like this twine stuff to wrap it around the edge. And this is all mouth saliva. So when they're teaching you how to do this stuff, they'll be like, and you're like,
and what did Travis do? Travis was like,
yeah, I ain't gonna be disrespectful.
But I did not take part in that. I was like, hell to the no. like I don't know if, yeah, I think he did mention they don't brush their teeth, okay? Like, ever. So the mouth, what was going on in there? It was like brown, black. Ugh.
Well, I mean, for the teeth that were there, I guess.
Yes.
Either way, I mean, hey, when in Rome,
be like the Romans.
Yeah.
Do as the Romans do.
Babe, it's just when in Rome. That's the statement stops there.
Okay, well, we're in Africa. So when in Africa?
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm sitting here gnawing on feral feathers and sticks that have been in locals' mouths. I'm still alive 6 years later.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Yeah. And I was just like building a fire. Oh, yeah, I made my fire.
No, I made that fire. I'm holding it.
So what's mine?
You didn't get it.
I did get it.
No, you weren't doing it hard enough. Hey, look, they even got little kids making arrows. I didn't notice that either. I'm telling you, man, they start working them at a young age. You gonna make some arrows. So on our way out, as you can see, I'm all jacked up. My leg, at this point, my leg actually hurts pretty bad.
Yeah, because it's like the second day.
And no pain medication.
Yes, baby, you did get pain medication.
I think they gave me Advil or something.
Oh, yeah, it was like Tylenol, ibuprofen.
Military medication.
You're on your way. You're good now.
So the second half of that morning was spent building a shelter.
Yeah, their home.
Yeah. So they don't waste anything. So the shelter we built, they said they were just gonna like repurpose as like a sun hut or whatever when we left. So this is us looking for the branches. They were being nice to me and not like completely making me do all the work. And it's right here. It's hard to see, but like this is where it's at.
Yeah.
This is the
end
product for the most part. Theirs are about twice this size. The ones that they use permanently. You can tell they're a lot more older. All the leaves have turned brown. But this was just a smaller example. And that's why they said they were going to use it like as a sun hut or something of that nature. Basically, you just dig holes in the ground and you bend the branches over to make the roof. So, I mean...
Yeah, because they use what's there already. So we didn't like go and find branches. The branches were already in the ground. And then they, like Travis said, covered it together, and you could see we all went in so that they could see like how you would fit in there, and it was like 3 of us.
Yeah, that's them occupying by force. And then that's what a normal one looks like. I don't know why these pictures are so small, but they look a lot nicer, I guess. But size comparison, I'm big in most cultures, I guess.
Big? You're 6 feet.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't be fitting in that very well. So at the end of the day, I gave the chief
a gift.
the Benchmade knife I cut myself with. Because I was like, you cut yourself with a knife, you just don't need the knife no more. It's bad juju. Mind you, I looked at Amazon today. That knife is $178. That's the most expensive knife he's ever going to own.
And he's probably still have it.
Yeah, probably. Oh, man, I feel bad for... So, hold on. F11. I wanted to give you guys that is the knife I cut myself with. Fixed blade Benchmade knife. And Amazon had it for $178. Probably a little bit more expensive 6 years ago when it's probably a new model. But this is the exact knife I cut myself with. Super sucky. Where are we?
We're at the end. We're going to the next album?
I don't think we were at the end.
Oh, okay. My bad.
All right. So this is where we're staying, and they were just getting us packed up camp. Is this where we had the snake?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we had a snake under our cots, and they came and killed it. Like, just out the blue. I didn't even know it was there.
And they showed it to us. It was a decent size.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
What, you getting the creepy crawly?
Babe, stop. I don't like snakes. Stop. What's this?
So on our way to the Serengeti, because today ends with us getting to the Serengeti, you have to go through the Ngorongoro crater. And I could never say that easily. But
you said crater.
Yeah.
It's not a crater.
It is a crater.
I don't see crater in the word over there.
You don't have to see it in the word. It's a damn crater.
Okay, fine. It's a crater. I didn't think it was. We were above. We didn't
So because we're on the rim of the crater, it's not a crater?
Okay, fine. Fine.
But I think what I like remember most about this is the temperature difference. Going from where we were into that like around that crater area.
Okay, yeah. It was cooler, right?
It was way cooler. This is us getting ready. They were going to get their passes to get through.
And that was one of our guides.
And this is the crater.
Okay. I can see it being a crater now. Babe, don't bother myself, okay?
Sorry, I banged on the floor or the table. But if you didn't know, the Ngorongoro crater is like it's like a big ass hole impact zone of like when the Earth was like new and still forming, where a meteor hit the Earth and it created this huge crater. But this happened like millions and millions of years ago. And what you got left over is this national preserve in the middle of Africa. But yeah, as we came through, the clouds started rolling in, and like these are villages we were going by. We stopped to see some zebras, but like we're wearing jackets, like no joke.
Yeah, it's cold. And do you see the zebra is like right behind me, like
yeah. Just every time I asked her to like look at me with the animals in the background, she always got really nervous because she was always like, "Oh, the animal's gonna eat you? The zebra gonna come up and eat you?"
Because normally, in our culture, we're used to seeing the animals from afar, from like outside in the cage. We're on the outside looking at them. Like we're not behind the cage, and the people are looking at us and looking at the animals behind us. So like, and this one here was super close. This one I was really scared of because they look so small in the photo, but they are huge.
I like this picture because he's looking at us too, like, what you guys doing?
Yeah, he's totally looking at us in that photo.
That's not Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't know. I like mountains, so I like taking pictures.
I think that's that other one that you had climbed, because we climbed
the active
this one
volcano.
We climbed. Well, you ended up climbing it on the during the safari trip. I mean, there was that one small, well, not small mountain, but one mountain. Oh, look at how young you look. You look like a little baby. What?
Oh my God. All right, we stopped for lunch. This is our stopping for lunch point. And no one around, but I'm going to tell you guys right now. You ever take a trip to Africa and you start going out into like the rural areas? Locals have GPS tracker on your ass. Your ass is low jacked for local nationals to come and find you and ask you for money or ask you to buy stuff from them. Oh, you look so young.
Oh, shit.
You look like a baby.
Oh, whatever, man.
You do look delicious, though. And bam! Local national.
But look at all that empty space.
I don't even know where he came from. What you see right here is 360 degrees around us.
Yes. Yeah, he did manage to find.
I'm like, where are you coming from, my man?
Babe.
I was checking something.
No, you was checking a message.
Yes. You can't see it very well. I don't know where my high definition pictures are of this trip, but he is taking a poop right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I was like getting animals doing animal things. So as you get closer to the Serengeti, the amount and size of animal herds increases drastically.
Yeah.
And like, you know, where like you see like the Lion King, like the water buffalo just coming down the hill, and like I actually got a picture in here of that. Some really cool vultures. These things are massive. They're like the size of me. Very scary things. And our picture of the Serengeti National Park, the gateway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're entering it now.
And by the way, this is just a road with an archway. There ain't nothing else around. Like, you look left, there's a couple like posts. You look right, there's a couple of posts, and then it's wide open land.
Oh, that sound is disgusting.
Why are you in here, Osiris?
Did you get your food already?
Osiris, we're in the middle of
Yeah,
we're in the middle of a podcast, a
Yeah.
live podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after our show, okay?
Well, I mean, where it at? 'Cause,
I told you I left it upstairs in my bathroom.
oh,
Close the door, please. You
Oh.
could have texted that information, by the way.
Oh, always interesting.
sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't check to see how long we're on.
We had 7 minutes left
Okay.
before we could go to our sponsor spot.
Yeah. Wildebeest. Yeah, I'm reading this comment now. Damn wildebeest, you killed Mufasa. Like,
Was it the wildebeest that killed him? I thought it was
it was the wildebeest. It
No.
went down the hill.
No, well, no, it's Scar who killed Mufasa.
Babe, they're the ones that jacked them all up.
Okay.
And
because
Scar only threw him off the cliff. The wildebeest is the one that ran over his ass like a bajillion times.
true, but technically
but
Scar's the one who killed him.
That's like saying technically. Stop. Look, it was a funny comment. Why are you trying to read into it? Man, you're always killing my jokes.
Negative Nancy.
Always negative Nancy. So, at the welcome center, there's, as you can see, all the vehicles are parked down here for all the other tours that are going through, getting their Serengeti permit. There's this rock that we could climb up on, and when you look out, it is just flat.
Oh yeah, that's when we climbed up.
every-
Yeah, we climbed up to the top.
Every direction possible. Like, this is the highest point for the foreseeable horizon. I was like, wow, I've never seen land so flat. Yep, that was the one direction, and you just saw the picture of the other direction. It was just flat with this one random hill.
Yeah.
A migratory herd. I can't remember what they were. They could have been wildebeest or something of the other else.
And we complain about geese.
Oh yeah, I think that's the car right there that was stopped. They don't get to see this as close as we do. They're gonna have to blow this up like way up.
That's okay.
Man, me.
Hi, mister.
Hey. I don't know what I was thinking when I wore these clothes.
What do you mean? What's wrong with it?
Nothing. Hey, missus. You look good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, see? They even say the random rock in the Serengeti Plains. Really big bird.
Isn't that a stork?
Stork?
A stork? Oops, my bad.
This is our driving. We spend the night in the Serengeti, so we're just driving through with the random pride rocks that you see from time to time. Some more. I forget what these called.
Isn't that the
gazelle?
Gazelle.
Gazelle.
The gazelle. Whatever. Sorry.
More warthogs. Don't remember what this is, but I thought it looked cool with its color palette.
The monkeys.
Baboons.
Osiris, I do not want my food now. I just wanted you to bring it downstairs and put it in the microwave.
Babe? You alright? Seem upset. On a future episode, how you deal with your kids.
Pass me my phone. Let me put that in there.
I don't have your phone.
Yes, you do. It's over there.
Oh, I do have your phone. So yeah, you know what sucks? I didn't put the answer in here. This, our guide said, is a very rare cat that most people don't normally get to see. It's really small. I would say it is like the same size as like a Great Dane, just shorter. Smaller than a cheetah, and I can't remember what size cat it was or what kind of cat it was. This is a skull formation at our campsite. I was having a great time. Like
I'll just watch the video back.
I was like super geeking out about everything we were seeing. Like I was the one taking all the pictures.
Yeah, because he's a nerd. But
what were you feeling on our trips?
I did like it. It was interesting. What?
No.
I loved the trip.
I wasn't questioning that. I was trying to get you to talk more about your feelings, because this is a walk down memory lane about how we fell in love together. Sorry.
Babe, can we
Are you embarrassed?
It's okay. I guess what I was feeling was it was like a surreal moment, because like I said, like in America we're accustomed looking at the animals, and even if you go get those like to Disney, because Disney does like a little open kind of looking at the animals as it is in here in Africa, but it's not as close, because I've been to Disney twice and I've been to both of their little safari trips, and it's nothing in comparison to this. Like even when we see a zebra or something, it's like maybe 100, 200 feet away from, maybe even more than that, and with like some, the little boulders that they have, so it's like a trail that you're on that the animals cannot get to your vehicle.
Well, here, I've been in some safaris, and you see them on YouTube where like you can drive through, and like the non-predatory creatures can actually come up to your vehicle.
Which safari is that?
I've seen a couple. I've been on
here
one.
In the United States of America.
Yes, I don't know what the fuck you say it like that.
I can say it however I want to say it, babe. It's my mouth.
It is your mouth.
What?
So I think this ends day one of our trip. Yeah, and I took a random picture of a bird. So part 4, part 5. I think we can get through part 5, and then we're gonna have to do. This is gonna, I think, it'll be a 4-part series. Now that I think about it, because the Kilimanjaro climb is gonna be its own.
I know. So how do we want to break this up? Do we want to keep this going for the rest of the month? I guess we could talk about that offline, or do we? Because I have other topics that I would like to talk about.
Look at the little guy hiding. Haha. Y'all didn't see that? I thought this was cute. This is the second day of the Serengeti. And we saw some really cool things. But the biggest thing I think I want to highlight.
That cat? Is it the leopard?
Well, these are the leopards we found in a tree. But there were so many people already lined up to view these animals. Like, they were at least 200-300 meters away, and we were just in a line of vehicles. I just had a really good camera with a really good optical zoom.
Oh yeah.
That could see these, but I didn't have this. I was like, dude, what is that guy shooting with? Holy crap!
Yeah, that is it. He must work for a TV.
I don't know, like there was definitely a lot of people with a lot of good camera equipment out there. But
The ostrich.
I didn't
Very
even
fast bird.
I didn't even know ostriches were a part of Tanzanian cultures. I thought they were an Australian thing. But and I was like, what the hell? That thing can bend its necks in all types of weird ways.
Mm-hmm.
Some more baboons. This is a cheetah we saw. It wasn't doing much. It was just hanging out, but it was super cool because it's like, well, this is what they do most of the day. You're rarely ever gonna be lucky enough to get to see them hunt.
Yeah, but we found that one luckily because if you could see, he's
lucky picture. He yawned.
He's like in the grass, like laying down.
Yeah.
So like and he's pretty far away from our vehicle, but I don't even remember how we saw that guy.
I think there was a couple other vehicles, and then their guide asked our guide asked their guide on like what days they saw.
Oh yeah, I do remember that because there was a couple vehicles just like hanging around. We're like, what the hell are they looking at? I was like, and everybody was like all whispering to it. They're like,
and this was like the 2 seconds it got up, repositioned a little bit, laid back down. And I mean, it was that quick. I don't remember where we were for this.
I think we had to go out.
I think we had stopped at a break point for something. This might be near the hippopotamus pond.
Oh yeah, it is. He knows his photos.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, this is probably one, like, there was a couple scary moments in the entire trip, and this is one of them, man. This pond had crocodiles in it.
Mm-hmm.
It had hippopotamus in it.
And they are huge. Oh, yeah. Oh, we did get one. I was about to talk about with
the open mouth. Yeah. And I was like, oh, man. And, like, they can walk right up this bitch. But, like, they don't. I don't know why they don't.
Because it was hot and they were trying to stay cool.
Yeah, but there is a lot of them out there, and we're dumb Americans, so we go right up to the edge and start snapping pictures like you just saw. Well, I'm getting through all the, like, they saw the damn giraffe 100 times, right? That's not what they care about. So this hyena was on its way to a kill here.
Oh yeah, he had.
I think
Did we see it in action?
No. I think he had smelled this dead gazelle. The vultures were already at it, but we had drove by him while he was walking in that direction. So I was assuming, I don't know, we didn't stay to check. I was assuming that he stayed. That's where he was headed to get a piece of that. But those vultures were going to town on that thing.
Yeah. Ugh. Poor guy. That's the last one?
It is. That was actually a pretty quick day. Part 6.
Oh, part 6? I thought we were going to... you want to go through part 6? Because it's 8 o'clock now. Now we're at our 30-minute mark. And we still have to go to our sponsor spot.
Okay, so we'll end on day 2 of the Serengeti. We were in Serengeti half of one day, one full day, half of that third day on our way out.
Wait, why do you make things so complicated?
Because we were in Serengeti 2 days, but
So why can't you just be like, we were in Serengeti for 2 days?
We
were in Serengeti for 2 days, guys.
Because if you say we were in Serengeti 2 days and then we talk about the trip, it's actually over a 3-day period.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'll let you explain because he is very, very passionate about this trip. He planned this trip. I remember some things, but he remembers it a little bit more in detail than I do. I think that's why I'm a little bit more silent.
I don't know. Maybe I spent a crap ton of money to get a wife.
Well, you didn't have to spend a crap ton of money to get a wife, babe.
But it worked.
Or maybe I had already loved you before the trip.
Maybe. I don't know. I would say you need to love someone to be like, hey, you're gonna go to a third world country with me, or I'm sorry, we don't use that term anymore. We're gonna go to a developing nation for about 3 weeks, just with me. You do that trip with people you only like?
That's why I said I had already.
You and your boss gonna go to Africa for 3 weeks? Just 2 of you?
Oh, just the 2 of us? No, and it's not work related. Hell to the no.
See, so all right. So go back to podcast, man. Sweet. And that helped me.
You're always putting your hand in front of my face, babe.
You go ahead and do the sponsor spot.
Oh, you clicked it before it. All right, fine. Sponsor spot. So it's time for our sponsor spot, and we are sponsored by our. Oh, I forgot my necklace. It's okay. And we are sponsored by ourselves, Swan Creative Studio. And where's sponsor spot? Here we go. We have, Travis has revamped the site. If you go there now, we have this little pop-up thing that says welcome to our site, and then you enter the site. Sorry. Okay. All right. So I love the new look that we have. Sorry, scroll down. I love the site. And we can do hardware furniture for refurbishment. That's if you are Travis is giving me the eye. Where if you have some old furniture that you want to refurbish, we can just get through it. And then we have countertops and jewelry. Babe, why are you? You're so critiquing my talk about this. Where do we want to go next? Oh, can we click on some jewelry? Can we go to our store? So we can go click the shop button if you would like to purchase anything. Right now, all we have is our is jewelry, and where's the rest of the page not loading?
What are you talking about?
Okay, there we go.
Ooh, let's look at a rabbit.
Yeah, so we have small scale items right now. Travis just clicked on the bunny rabbit, which is kind of cute. So if you want to buy something, you just click that add to cart. You want to like it, you like it. There's a login button right now in the right hand corner where you could just create your account, and that's it for our store. What? Babe, I'm not going to talk to sponsor spot anymore. If you're going to talk to me like this, I don't be rushing you along. Can we go to
I'm not saying anything.
Can we go to Facebook?
Yeah.
So if you want to buy something, go to www.swancreativestudio.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Swan Creative Studio with the number 1 at the end of it, and then on like our page there. And then we are on Instagram. You can just hit the follow button at Swan Creative Studio. So there you have it, part 2. So what you guys didn't see is Travis making all these facial expressions to me about me talking about our sponsor spot.
I mean, I feel like you were just narrating everything I was doing.
Whatever. That's exactly how you do it. Except for, well, whatever. You know, thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you guys are being safe out there. If you like what you saw, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at What Works For Us with the number 4. Like our page at What Works For Us with the number 4 again. And then, what is that? That bell? Hit the bell so that you can be notified when we come on live. We'll be on live next week, 7:30 Central Standard Time on Sunday, providing that Travis isn't full asleep again, because last week we missed our podcast.
So we're gonna have to do like a midweek podcast or something to make up.
We can. Yeah, so there you have it. Thanks for watching our show, and we'll see you next week.
Jazz hands.